I am an adult, so I know I'm supposed to like this thing, but the more I drink it, the less I like it. So let's talk about last Pixar movie, Soul.
Soul, the latest movie released by Pixar Animation Studios on Disney Plus, tells the story of Joe, a musician who feels stuck and unfulfilled in his life, either because of what he feels is his mediocre job as a middle school music teacher or because of his unsuccessful attempts at getting a gig as a jazz musician. When he finally has the opportunity to perform at the bar called Half Note, he suddenly dies, and his soul is almost transported to the great beyond. He is later able to escape and meets on the way an unborn soul named 22. Did Joe be able to return Earth? Who knows?
Soul was a movie I enjoyed a lot. It was interesting how they handle heavy themes such as death, our purpose in life, our dreams and aspirations, and how they tie to our future, if they tie at all. Honestly, I will say that the movie uses a lot of existentialist themes, and by how everyone keeps labeling the movie.
I think I am not the only one.
Existentialism. For those who don't know, existentialism is the idea that we humans are free and responsible to determine how we want to live our own life and make our own choices. This philosophical idea can imply many things, from the choices we make daily to how free we really are and how important it is to value that freedom to do as we will, because there is only one life and we should treasure everything of it, from its enjoyments to its torments. All these themes are encapsulated in Soul. Throughout the movie, we see how Joe in life was obsessed with becoming a jazz musician and how the doors closed for him at every opportunity. We see how he is unhappy with his job and dreams constantly of what he believes is his purpose in life. In this case, playing piano with a band of famous jazz legend Dorothea Williams. But we also see his missteps, how he was so obsessed with jazz that he stopped appreciating other things in his life. Also, how he neglected other aspects in his life, such as his friends and family.
There's a scene that I'm sure everyone will talk about. The one where Joe and 22 go to a barber shop and through 22, Joe discovers more about the barber's life. Since despite often frequenting this place, Joe has never bothered to ask the barber before about anything besides jazz music.
Those little details make us, especially the adult audience, connect more with Joe.
It is easy to relate to how Joe feels that perhaps he has not fulfilled grand things in life, or didn't do enough, or to how his goal of becoming a jazz musician was more difficult than he thought, and even to how when he finally gets the gig he wants, he still feels empty, as if something is missing.
Now, returning to the obsession part, that was an interesting theme too.
Within Soul's universe, you encounter unborn souls, such as 22, who stay in the grave before being born on Earth. Abstract figures that I guess are in charge of the great beyond and great before. But also you see humans who are not dead, but instead are able to experience astral projection or traveling throughout the universe. These astral travelers help other living human souls who get stuck in the zone, a place where souls are in trance due to routinely doing something or obsessing about a thing.
Existentialist thinkers have indeed talked about this before. The idea of a project being so absorbing that it might negatively affect your life. That although we are free to do as we will and the choices we make is up to us, we need to be aware that those choices might affect us and if maybe in the long run it's better to let it go a bit. In the case of Joe needed to go out of his comfort zone, of his obsession with getting the gig, of becoming a jazz musician. It is then that he rediscovers the joy of living, because although music is important and if he feels like it, he should not abandon that dream, he must not obsess to the point of neglecting other aspects of his life. And that's certainly something any adult needs to hear. All this might sound too profound for a Pixar movie, which leads me to one complaint I have heard about the movie. Many people consider Soul to be too heavy-handed for children to comprehend, and there have been some worries about what children might get from seeing it. And about that I have 2 points. First, let's say it is true. Let's say for a moment that this movie is a more adult Pixar movie. If it is, honestly, good! I wouldn't mind if we consider Soul as an animated adult film. It is enough of thinking that animation is only for children, and more so that adult animation has to be explicitly violent or have unfunny sex jokes all the time. Do I think Soul is too adult for children to enjoy though? I am not sure. I don't completely disagree with this criticism, but I, at the same time, do think there's themes a younger audience might relate to. I mean, if we think about it, I guess that's the reason they introduced 22 in the movie. While Joe is worried about fulfilling his dreams and purpose in life, 22 is a character that doesn't even have found their passion. 22 is unable to live the great before because they feel the need to find a purpose, what they are good at. And despite going through mentor to mentor, 22 cannot find a hint of what they want to be. To me, this is similar to how young people are pressured from a really early age to find their vocation. Children go to school and have to get good grades because, if you do not, you are screwed. Family get the kid extracurricular activities to help them gain skills and have a good career in the future. Even the idea of doing personality tests to lead the kid to a thing they might be good at. I mean, in retrospect, it is weird how by the time we are 18, we are supposed to know what career we are choosing and how our future will be. Of course, some people know by that time, but many others don't. And although it is out of interpretation if Pete Docter and Ken Powers succeeded in making 22 relatable for the younger audience, in my view, 22 is funny enough to hold the movie together. Furthermore, it is not the first time that Pixar has handled more introspective topics, especially in a Pete Docter's movie. We are all familiar with Pete Docter's and his interest in presenting aspects of the human existence, if you will.
Monsters Inc., for example, show us how a workaholic parent changes and prioritizes his children over his job. In Up, you see a couple growing old together and how the passing away of someone you care about can affect you. And of course, in Inside Out, we begin to appreciate the human emotions, from happiness and joy to even anger and sadness.
If anything, Soul is a movie I will be coming back to. Because for one, it comes from Pixar, so the animation is gorgeous. But also because it makes me think about appreciating the mere miracle of existing, of trying to find joy in the little details, of living every minute of it.